Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be dealing with a business plan. And that is, I will talk about the elements that should be included in the business plan. And of course, I will deal with other factors related to business plan. So let me take you to the roadmap of my presentation. So first, I will talk about the concept. Second, I will discuss the elements that we need to include while writing a business plan. Third, I'll talk about the different types. And fourth, I will deal with the need and importance of business plan. And lastly, I will talk about the limitations that could occur while writing a business plan, and the limitations could lead to the failure of a particular business. So having said this, let us now move on to the first topic, that is the concept. So in the concept, I would say the business plan is a document wherein we describe about the company's goals and objectives. We talk about the operations, that is the equipment and the assets available to the organization. We talk about the industry standing, the marketing objectives, and the financial projections. So it is a helpful guide and valuable tool for any startup company or even for established businesses, because when you plan out something, it becomes easier for you to execute the plan, or it becomes easier for you to implement. And so therefore implementation becomes easier because you do a lot of study, you put a lot of thought into it, you reflect upon each and every aspect before you write a business plan. So having understood the concept, let us now move on to the elements that we should include in a business plan. The first is the executive summary. The second is the information about products and services. The third is the market analysis. The fourth is the marketing strategy. The fifth is the financial planning. And the sixth is the budget that will determine the cost estimates of the organization. So let us understand each element in greater detail. So first element is the executive summary. The executive summary is an outline of the company, and this outline serves adequate information to the investors about the mission statement of the company, then the company's leadership, the employees of the company, the operations, the location. And this helps the investors to find out whether they can invest in this particular company. So each section is highlighted, and therefore, since it is not in greater detail, so if the investors, they want more information about a particular section, they can go to the particular section and acquire the required information. So let us now find out how a mission statement should be written and what is a mission statement. The mission statement is a mission of the organization, or what the organization plans to achieve. And on the basis of the mission statement, you can actually determine the vision of the organization. So in the mission statement, you have to include information like what the business offers, how it will offer, whom it will help, and it captures the overall value of the product. So the mission statement should be written in simple language. It should be captivating, that it should not be boring. It should be measurable, it should be relevant, and it should be long lasting. So having understood this, let us now move on to the second element, that is information about the product and services. So here I would say that an outline is given about the product and services, wherein we talk about the pricing of the product lifespan, the benefits to the consumer, the production and manufacturing process, the patents that you have already applied for or that has already been published, and the research and development section. So the product and services actually determines whether the business will be able to survive in the market. The existence of the business and the knowledge of the product is very important, because you have to provide knowledge to the investors as well as to the employees about the product and the strategies that you have planned to compete with the market, with the existing products in the market. So having understood this section, let us now move on to the market analysis. The market analysis determines how the company fits in the industry. So wherein you talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the organization, you talk about the expected consumer demand and whether it is easy or difficult to grab the market share. So it is a good handle on the industry as well as the target market. So once we have done this, now we have to move on to the marketing strategy. That is the next element. So in the marketing strategy, we have to find out how the company will attract and keep its customer base, how it will reach the customers, what are the advertising and marketing campaign, what they plan to share with the customers, and which type of media they'll be using in this campaign. So basically, marketing strategy talks about the overall plan of the organization, wherein they're going to talk about the product first. They're going to deal with the place where they're going to market. And third, they're going to talk about the price of the product, the promotion, how they're going to promote the particular product, and to whom they're going to promote the particular product, the expected customer base, that is very important. So having understood the marketing strategy, let us now move on to the financial planning. So the financial planning is giving information, the financial information, that is the targets and estimates for the first 5 years, plus the description of potential investors. So here you talk about, it is actually a process where you talk about the estimated capital, and of course you determine its competition as well. Now let us move on to the budget. So in the budget, you talk about the staffing, the cost that you will be incurring, or the expenditure that will be incurred while employing your staff. Then the expenses that will be incurred while developing in the development process, the manufacturing process, and the marketing process. So you actually understand the operating cost in the budget, and you also track the performance of your employees, or basically you track the performance of how you are achieving your business plan, or how you are able to move as per your plan. So having said about the budget, let us now move on to the different types of business plans. So the different types could be the traditional business plan, which is very common because a lot of detailing is included in each section. The lean startups, on the other hand, their abbreviated structure is followed, and it highlights the key elements, no doubt, but it lacks detail. So if the investors, they may not get proper information from the lean startups, but if they want, additional information, they can always seek, from the startups, or they can seek information from the particular businesses. So having said this, let us now move on to the need and importance of including a business plan. The business plan helps to lay out the goals of the organization, and it tracks the progress of the organization. It attracts the investors. You feel confident when you have included a business plan, because you feel secured that you will be able to maintain all the potential risk you have identified, and you will be able to meet the challenge. You'll be able to solve those the problems that you could foresee while you are planning, giving a plan, citing a business plan. Then you create an effective strategy for growth and reduces the potential risk, and of course it secures investments and helps in building a team and develop a marketing strategy. So it is actually a guide, not only for startup companies, but also for established businesses. Next, I would say, in spite of all this, there could be certain limitations while writing a business plan. So the first limitation could be that whatever goals you have written in your business plan, they may not be realistic enough. That is, it may not be achievable. And so therefore, there could be a problem. And of course, there could be a problem in determining the time period required to achieve your goal. And there could be a failure to anticipate the future problem, and there could be lack of sufficient information, lack of practical experience, lack of alternative plan, insufficient market knowledge, the SWOT analysis not undertaken, that is the internal strengths and the external factors that would have an impact on business, that has not been analyzed upon, and that could lead to failure in a business, lack of flexibility, and lack of manpower. So because of these limitations, your business plan, which you have already prepared, that may not be executed, or that may not actually lead to the success of any business. So we cannot say that a business plan assures the achievement of any businesses. So how you write your business plan, that is very important, and therefore you have to take proper care, in doing a proper market study, in having adequate knowledge about the market, in trying to do the SWOT analysis, in trying to look ahead of what could be the problem that you could incur while doing a particular business, and not be overconfident or very casual about starting up a new business and trying to finally land yourself in trouble. So having said this, I would like to thank all of you for your patient listening.